Welcome to our channel, Stoic in Your Life, where timeless insights meet modern struggles. In this episode, we delve into 12 profound lessons, often realized too late by many, that can transform your approach to life's toughest challenges. From mastering your emotions to embracing life's changes, redefining success, and achieving a sense of inner calm. Join us on this enlightening journey as we explore not just theories, but practical, life-altering strategies rooted in Stoicism. Each lesson we share is a step towards personal growth and understanding, with the final one poised to offer an unexpected, yet pivotal shift in your perspective. Are you ready to see life through a new lens? If you seek practical solutions, personal growth, or a fresh perspective, you're in the perfect place. Let's embark on this journey together. Lesson 1. Embracing acceptance in a world beyond our control. Imagine yourself strolling through the bustling streets of ancient Rome, where the wisdom of Stoicism flourished. Think of Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, who imparted a timeless lesson: fretting over the unchangeable is futile. They taught us that while we can't alter the weather, halt time, or control others' actions, our power lies in how we react, think, and decide. This insight remains crucial in our hyper-connected, information-saturated era. Understanding what lies within our control is not merely clever, it's essential for survival. How do we apply this ancient wisdom to our modern lives? It begins with a profound yet simple shift in perspective. Whenever you face a challenge, ask yourself, can I control this? If the answer is no, envision placing that concern in a rocket and watching it drift into the cosmos. This mental exercise isn't about surrender. It's about channeling your energy wisely. Instead of futilely attempting to stop the rain, you choose to nurture your garden. Recall a time when you were caught in traffic en route to an important meeting, feeling the tendrils of stress and irritation creeping in. It's in such moments that this lesson becomes vividly clear. I too have been there, realizing that while I couldn't dissipate the traffic, I could transform my perception of it. Taking a deep breath, I turned on some soothing music and mentally prepared for the meeting. This shift in attitude allowed me to arrive calm and composed, transforming a potentially tense situation into a moment of tranquility. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." In embracing this philosophy, you're not just learning to navigate life's unpredictable currents, you're mastering the art of inner peace and resilience. Lesson 2. The importance of viewpoint. The importance of viewpoint in Lesson 2 is a profound exploration of how our perceptions shape our experiences, a concept deeply rooted in Stoicism. This philosophy teaches us that it's not the events themselves that disturb us, but rather our interpretation of them. Consider the scenario of two men caught in the rain. One curses the weather, while the other finds joy in the rhythmic patter of raindrops. This illustrates how the same situation can be perceived differently. Stoic philosophers like Epictetus emphasized the power of perspective. He famously asserted that our reactions, not our circumstances, define us, a wisdom that remains timeless. In the modern world, filled with unforeseen challenges and rapid changes, the ability to shift our viewpoint is not just beneficial, it's essential for maintaining mental resilience and strength. How do we harness this ability in our daily lives? It begins with a conscious pause. When faced with adversity, we should ask ourselves, is there another way to view this situation? By actively seeking alternative perspectives, much like a photographer adjusts their lens to capture the perfect image, we can transform our outlook. For instance, instead of viewing job loss as a setback, one might see it as an opportunity to pursue a passion or acquire new skills. This reframing of perspective can turn obstacles into opportunities, echoing the Stoic belief that our power lies not in external events, but in how we choose to respond to them. As Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic philosopher, wisely stated, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. This quote underscores the Stoic principle of focusing on what we can control, our thoughts and perceptions, and using them to navigate the complexities of life with wisdom and resilience. Lesson 3. Living in the present. Stoicism, a philosophy that has stood the test of time, teaches us the immense value of staying anchored in the now. The present moment, as Stoics like Marcus Aurelius emphasized, is where life truly unfolds, where we find happiness and peace. Aurelius wisely cautioned, "Do not waste the remaining part of your life in thoughts about others. Be content with the present." His words resonate deeply in our modern, fast-paced world, where our minds are often caught up in everything but the present. Imagine this. You're sipping your morning coffee, but instead of scrolling through your phone, you savor each sip, feeling the warmth, tasting the richness. This simple act is a practice of presence. It's about giving your full attention to the talk you're listening to, feeling the sun on your skin, and truly experiencing the world around you. By being present, we open ourselves to life's fullness and beauty, seeing things as they truly are. Now let's bring this lesson home. How can you, as a modern Stoic, integrate this into your daily life? It starts with awareness. It's about consciously choosing to focus on the now without judgment or distraction. This practice might seem small, but its impact is profound. It's about truly living, not just existing. So, as you go about your day, remember Aurelius's words and embrace the present. This is how you can enrich your life, find peace, and experience the world in its truest form. Remember, the art of living in the present is a skill that, once mastered, can transform your entire existence. Lesson 4. Embrace honesty and self-control. In the intricate dance of life, the Stoics teach us a profound lesson: to rise above the chaos and temptations that surround us. This journey isn't about imposing restrictions on ourselves. Rather, it's a path to liberation. It's about mastering our impulses, ensuring our actions resonate with our core values. The Stoics, well acquainted with life's hardships, understood that true contentment stems from cultivating virtues within, not from external accolades or possessions. Epictetus, a luminary in Stoic philosophy, eloquently stated that true freedom and serenity are not found in succumbing to our desires, but in tempering them. In an era where distractions abound and ethical dilemmas are rampant, the importance of self-discipline and integrity cannot be overstated. But how do we weave these virtues into the fabric of our daily existence? It begins with small, consistent acts. Rising early for a morning jog despite the allure of a warm bed, opting for a nutritious meal over a tempting but unhealthy one, making decisions that align with our principles, even when they defy convenience or popularity. As these moments of honesty and discipline accumulate, they forge a life marked by strength, honor, and deep fulfillment. Embracing self-discipline and honesty transcends mere aspiration. It involves daily, deliberate steps towards embodying the ideal self. Remember, as Seneca once said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." Let this be a guiding beacon as you navigate the path of self-improvement, transforming challenges into stepping stones towards a life of Stoic wisdom. Lesson 5. Embracing change. Embracing change, the fifth lesson in our Stoic journey, is a profound realization that many men learn too late in life. Stoicism, a philosophy that has withstood the test of time, teaches us to perceive change not as a threat, but as an invaluable opportunity for growth and self-improvement. This ancient wisdom, echoed in the lives and teachings of Socrates, Marcus Aurelius, and Seneca, highlights the inevitability and necessity of change. They observed the cyclical nature of seasons and the rise and fall of empires, understanding deeply that change is the universe's way of demonstrating its dynamic essence. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, contemplates how our perception and reaction to change fundamentally shape our existence. He, along with Socrates, doesn't merely advise us to accept change, they urge us to embrace it as an old friend, recognizing that with change comes the potential for new growth and learning. To embody this lesson in our modern lives, we must view every alteration in our circumstances, no matter how trivial or significant, as an opportunity to deepen our self-knowledge and evolve. It's about finding the silver lining in every cloud. Lost your job? This could be your gateway to pursuing a career that genuinely ignites your passion. Ended a relationship? This might be the moment to rediscover your individual strengths and aspirations. By accepting and aligning ourselves with change, we synchronize with life's natural rhythm, cultivating resilience and adaptability. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This perspective is crucial in today's fast-paced world, where change is the only constant. By adopting this Stoic principle, we can navigate life's tumultuous waters with a calm and steady hand, turning every challenge into a stepping stone for personal growth and enlightenment. Lesson 6: The futility of material pursuits. In our journey through life, we often encounter the seductive allure of material wealth, believing it to be the epitome of success. Stoicism, however, offers a profound counter-narrative, teaching us that true, enduring happiness isn't found in the accumulation of possessions or accolades, but in cultivating our inner richness. This lesson, unfortunately, is often realized too late by many, who spend years chasing financial success, only to find themselves surrounded by abundance, yet haunted by an unshakable sense of emptiness. Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Epictetus understood the transient nature of material wealth. They witnessed the rise and fall of fortunes, recognizing that even the finest worldly possessions offer no shield against the unpredictability and challenges of life. Seneca, who experienced both the heights of wealth and the depths of exile, astutely remarked, "True wealth is not having many possessions, but in having few wants." In today's world, where advertisements and societal pressures constantly urge us to acquire more and strive for more, the Stoic principle of finding contentment in simplicity and self-sufficiency is more relevant than ever. How, then, can we apply this wisdom in our lives? It begins with a shift in focus, from seeking fulfillment in external acquisitions to nurturing our internal landscape. It's about discovering joy in the little things, prioritizing experiences over possessions, and measuring success not by our material wealth, but by the quality of our interactions with others and the health of our relationships. It involves understanding that, while material objects may provide temporary pleasure, true happiness stems from inner tranquility, a sense of purpose, and meaningful connections with others. Let us remember the words of Epictetus: "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This perspective empowers us to navigate life with a serene mind and a resilient spirit, embracing the Stoic path to a fulfilling and wise existence. Lesson 7: Navigating the tides of emotion. In the realm of Stoicism, contrary to popular belief, the expression of feelings is not shunned but rather approached with a deep understanding and strategic management. This pivotal lesson, often realized belatedly by many, emphasizes not the suppression of emotions, but their acknowledgement, comprehension, and constructive channeling. The Stoics, with their profound grasp of human nature, recognized emotions as an intrinsic aspect of existence, yet they were acutely aware of the turmoil unbridled emotions can wreak. Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius advocated for a stance, not swayed by the ebb and flow of feelings, but anchored in a robust understanding of their nature and implications. This serene approach to emotional management is not just astute, but increasingly vital in our fast-paced, stress-laden contemporary life. It equips us to navigate life's vicissitudes with equanimity and insight. How, then, can we apply this wisdom in our everyday lives? The journey begins with self-awareness. Identify and comprehend your emotions, recognizing their triggers. This awareness is the first step towards mastery over them. Pause before reacting, ensuring your response aligns with your core values and objectives. Employ techniques like mindful breathing, journaling, or candid conversations to process and understand your emotions. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." This encapsulates the essence of Stoic emotional wisdom, a guiding light in the modern world, offering counsel on how to live a life harmonized with our inner values amidst external chaos. Lesson 8. The value of taking responsibility for oneself. In Lesson 8, we delve into the profound value of taking responsibility for oneself, a principle deeply rooted in Stoicism. This philosophy teaches us that while we may not have control over every event in our lives, we are invariably responsible for our reactions and their outcomes. It's a lesson many learn too late, yet it's a truth that could transform lives if grasped earlier. The essence of living a genuine and upright life lies in owning our choices. Reflect on the words of Epictetus, born a slave, who rose to become a revered philosopher. He asserted that our greatest power lies in our ability to choose our actions and thoughts, regardless of our circumstances. This sentiment was echoed by the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, who believed that our character is the sum of our choices. In a world where shifting blame is often the norm, embracing personal responsibility is not just a noble virtue, but a testament to inner strength and self-empowerment. In practical terms, it means acknowledging that we are the architects of both our successes and failures. It requires the courage to confront the consequences of our actions and the wisdom to learn from them. Embracing responsibility empowers us to affect change and grow, be it in our careers, relationships, or personal aspirations. Recognizing that we hold the key to our destiny is the crux of this lesson. Let this be a call to action for you, the listener, to embrace the power of choice and responsibility in your life. By doing so, you unlock the potential for profound personal growth and a life of authenticity and purpose. Lesson 9. Value of information and understanding. This is one that resonates strongly with the teachings of the great Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca. These sages were not just lovers of knowledge, they were astute observers of life. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, constantly sought to understand the world and his role within it. He believed that knowledge wasn't just for personal gain but was a tool to better oneself and, in turn, to assist others. In our modern era, we are inundated with information, yet there's a startling scarcity of true understanding. This disconnect highlights why the Stoic emphasis on wise knowledge and self-reflective learning is more crucial now than ever. Imagine integrating this lesson into your daily life, cultivating a passion for learning and relishing the excitement of discovering new ideas. It's about reflecting on our actions, seeking deeper comprehension, and using every moment as an opportunity for learning, be it through books, nature, art, or conversations. Remember, being wise isn't merely about acquiring new information. It's about applying this knowledge to improve ourselves. As Seneca once said, "It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Let's not waste our time on mere information accumulation. Instead, let's strive for understanding and use our knowledge to become better versions of ourselves. This approach to learning and self-improvement is a timeless lesson from Stoicism, one that can guide us through the complexities of life with clarity and purpose. Lesson 10. The power of forgiveness. In the journey of life, especially for men between the ages of 30 and 65, the realization of the power of forgiveness often comes as a profound, albeit painful, lesson. Stoicism, a beacon of wisdom in navigating life's complexities, illuminates this path with clarity. It teaches us that clinging to anger and grudges is akin to burdening oneself with a heavy load, obstructing our pursuit of peace and happiness. This lesson, unfortunately, is often learned too late, when much of life's journey has been traveled under the unnecessary weight of unresolved bitterness. The Stoic philosophers, like Epictetus, emphasize the importance of releasing anger, not as a concession to others, but as a vital act of self-healing. They understood that anger and bitterness corrode the soul, diminishing our capacity for joy and serenity. Marcus Aurelius, in his profound wisdom, articulated that the most effective retaliation against those who have wronged us is to embody the antithesis of their actions. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice, he said, a powerful reminder that our greatest victory lies in our ability to rise above pettiness and vindictiveness. In the modern context, the reluctance to forgive is often misconstrued as a form of strength. Society sometimes views forgiveness as a surrender, a relinquishing of rightful indignation. However, true strength, as Stoicism teaches, is found in the maturity and mental growth that comes with forgiveness. It requires acknowledging the fallibility inherent in all humans, including ourselves. To forgive is to recognize that everyone is capable of error, and in this recognition, we find liberation from the shackles of resentment, allowing us to move forward unburdened. Forgiveness, therefore, is not just an abstract virtue but a practical tool for everyday living. It involves forgiving a friend who has caused pain, a coworker who has erred, or even ourselves for our own misjudgments. This act of forgiveness does not just heal old wounds. It strengthens our character, enhances our empathy, and fosters a deeper understanding of the human condition. It is a testament to our resilience and an affirmation of our commitment to personal growth and inner peace. The lesson of forgiveness, as guided by Stoic philosophy, is a vital one for men in their prime years. It's a lesson that intertwines the ancient wisdom of Stoicism with the realities of modern life, offering a path to true strength and inner peace. As we navigate the challenges of our times, let us remember this Stoic principle and embrace forgiveness, not just as an act of grace towards others, but as a profound gift to ourselves. Lesson 11. The significance of building resilience. In the journey of life, one of the most valuable lessons that men often learn too late is the importance of building resilience. Stoicism, a philosophy that has stood the test of time, places great emphasis on developing a resilient spirit. This lesson is crucial in navigating the unpredictable waves of existence. Resilience, in the Stoic sense, is not about being unaffected by life's challenges, but about responding to them in a way that fosters growth and strength. The Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Epictetus understood that life is replete with hardships and setbacks. However, they advocated for a mindset that sees these challenges not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities to strengthen one's character and resolve. In our modern world, where change and uncertainty are the only constants, the ability to bounce back from adversity is more important than ever. But how can we cultivate this resilience in our daily lives? It begins with the acceptance of life's inherent unpredictability. Instead of resisting or fearing change, we learn to embrace it, understanding that each difficulty we overcome fortifies us. Practically, building resilience can involve setting challenges for ourselves, stepping out of our comfort zones, and learning to cope with failure. It's about maintaining a balanced perspective in the face of adversity, recognizing that while we may not have control over external events, we do have control over our reactions to them. For instance, consider a man who loses his job, a situation fraught with uncertainty and fear. A resilient approach would involve acknowledging the emotional impact of this event, yet also viewing it as a chance to explore new career paths or to develop new skills. It's about finding the silver lining in the cloud and using it as a stepping stone to personal growth. In essence, resilience is about developing a core of inner strength that allows us to withstand life's storms. It's a lesson that, when learned early, can transform challenges into stepping stones for success and personal fulfillment. Lesson 12. The art of living with simplicity. Another lesson that men often learn too late in life is the art of living with simplicity. Stoicism teaches us the value of focusing on what truly matters and letting go of superfluous desires and distractions. This principle is not just about minimalism in material possessions, but also about a minimalist approach to life's complexities. The Stoic philosophers, such as Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, emphasize the importance of living a life that is uncluttered by unnecessary desires and distractions. They believe that true contentment comes from within, and that external circumstances have little bearing on our inner peace. This wisdom is incredibly relevant in today's world, where consumerism and the pursuit of more can lead to a sense of perpetual dissatisfaction. So how can we apply the principle of simplicity in our daily lives? It starts with introspection and identifying what is truly essential for our happiness and well-being. This might mean decluttering our physical spaces, but more importantly, it involves decluttering our minds and lives. It's about prioritizing our time and energy on things that nurture our souls and contribute to our growth. Living simply also means learning to be content with what we have, rather than constantly seeking more. It involves finding joy in the small things and appreciating the present moment. For example, instead of chasing after the latest gadget or fashion trend, one might find greater satisfaction in a quiet evening, with a good book or a meaningful conversation with a friend. In practice, living with simplicity is about making conscious choices that align with our core values and true needs. It's about stripping away the non-essential and focusing on what truly enriches our lives. This approach not only brings inner peace and contentment, but also frees us from the endless cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. In conclusion, the art of living with simplicity is a lesson in focusing on what truly matters. It's about finding richness in the simple things and understanding that the greatest treasures are often found not in material possessions, but in the experiences and relationships that shape our lives. As we conclude our journey through the 12 painful lessons men learn too late in life, from a Stoic perspective, remember that the wisdom of Stoicism is not just a subject of study, but a practical guide for living. Each lesson we've explored offers a stepping stone towards personal growth and inner peace. I encourage you to not just listen, but to actively apply these principles in your daily life. Reflect on how each lesson resonates with your experiences and challenges. How will you integrate these Stoic teachings to navigate life's complexities with a serene mind and resilient spirit? I'd love to hear about your journey and insights. What specific Stoic principle have you found most impactful in your life? Share your stories and thoughts in the comments below. Your experiences could be a beacon of guidance for others in our community, Stoic in Your Life. If this video has enlightened or inspired you, please show your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channel. Together, let's continue to unravel the profound wisdom of Stoicism and apply it to our modern hustle. Remember, every step in this journey brings us closer to a life of harmony and fulfillment. Thank you for being a part of this journey with Stoic in Your Life. Until next time, stay wise and resilient.